Oh, what are we staring at? We're staring at a Triumph Daytona. Sat for umpteen years at Tour Part. We're gonna see if we can get it to fire. Pulled the solenoid out, button doesn't work. Relay might be bad. Either way, jump the solenoid, it spins over. So let's see if it starts. Always fun to see if these things start. This thing's been sitting for a long ass time. We don't normally play with street bikes, but we do play with street bikes every once in a while, kind of like cars. I specialize in trike conversions, quads, dirt bikes, all that kind of stuff, building quads and race bikes, but I've spent plenty of time on the street too. So here we go. Let's see if this thing will start. Now here's the catch. I was not enthusiastic about working on this thing, building this thing, or doing anything with it to begin with. But the guys at the Triumph dealership said these things were a lot of fun, but they came with weak valve springs. So if you let them sit for too long, they lost compression, wouldn't start. This thing's been sitting years, lots and lots of years. So let's see what happens. New key, plugged in, power on. Beep, beep. Woo! Water. All right, one piece exhaust. We can't break it apart and get the water out of it. So we got to go to extreme measures. First thing, we're going to try and lay it down, see if we can pick up the front end, get some of the water out of it. This is what happens when they sit for a long time outside with no butt plug in them. Exhaust fills with water. Be glad it doesn't fill the motor, because sometimes they can fill all the way up, and if the valves are open, it will go into the cylinders and completely lock the motor up. We got lucky with this one. A little bit of, what was that? We have a piece of plastic coming out. I don't know how that got in there, why that got in there, but we're glad. This is why you tip things up. All right, we got some water out of it. See if we can do other stuff to get more water out of it. First, we're gonna see if we can get it to fire. If we got enough water out of it. See if it'll fire. Nope, we caught the bike on fire. Yep. Blowback. That valve's kind of not sealing. That's real obvious. So we got one valve that's not sealing, but it's sounding like it's wanting to start. So that valve might actually seal up once it fires and runs for a little bit. We're going to jack the front of this thing up because it's still coughing water out and get some more water out of it. Always fun playing with bikes. You never know what you're going to get. Kind of like a box of chocolates. Now, we've gone up and down with this thing a couple of times trying to get it situated. One last time, we got to get the front swung over just enough so that the tail light misses the hydraulic ram. I've got the snatch strap on the hook, and it can float back and forth and slide, so it's got pressure on it. You lean the bike, it kind of holds itself in place. We'll get this thing jacked up. We are going to end up pulling the tail light off of it because, well, clearance. We don't want to break the tail light, and we need to get it up really high. We're going to pull this front end way up in the air so that we can pour whatever's left in it out and be done with it. The bike sounds like it wants to start. It's trying, it's coughing. That's a very good sign. That means that the other valves are still working like they're supposed to. Hopefully the fuel pump works. We still got to hook the fuel pump to the battery to make sure the fuel pump works. This is a fuel-injected bike, so we're not going to get any kind of long run time out of this thing. We're spraying brake clean down the throttle bodies. We're not trying to wash the rings. We're not trying to do any damage. We're just trying to find out if this thing's going to pop and give us any kind of pop that's worth it. It's sputtering some. That's a bonus. That's a good thing. We're trying for more than a sputter, though. So with this water in the exhaust, it blocks exhaust flow. Blocked exhaust flow, it's kind of like a banana in the tailpipe. If you've seen Beverly Hills Cop, yep, put a banana in the tailpipe, it's not going to start. Water will do that. So we get all the water out of it, and we will try again with an open exhaust that flows like it's supposed to. And as you'll see at the end, we get some decent results. Kind of impressed for a bike that sat for so long, just to have to turn around and we replace the ignition, the key switch. We're going to have to replace either the starter button, the solenoid, or the relay. Haven't quite diagnosed that yet. There's a lot of water pouring out this exhaust still. The more I jack it up, the more water comes out of it. That's scary. Yep, there it is. Wow. That is crazy amount of water. Well, that's what happens when they sit outside. They're not protected, they're not covered, and nothing's plugging in the hole. They're going to fill with water. We got really, really lucky with this one. This is going to be a really fun bike to ride. I can't wait to get those videos. We got the rear wheel. We've got the cush drive we've got to put on it. Brakes we've got to put on it. Bunch of stuff that we've got to do to this. So hit the follow button. Subscribe. Comments are always, always appreciated. There's going to be a bunch of build videos on this bike for the different things we got to do to it. And there'll be a ride video afterwards because this is going to be a really cool bike. There weren't very many of these made. They were only made for like 3 years, I think. And there's not a lot of them out there. So it's a rare gem to get in through the shop. Really kind of happy with this. We'll see how it turns out and go from there. Getting all this water out is going to be a big key. The benefit of this thing just cranking over and not firing is it's actually priming the oil pump. The oil in it is clean. Looks really good. Yes, it's been sitting a long time, and we are going to oil change it. But for right now, with it cranking over and not running, it's priming everything. It's coating everything in oil. It's getting oil up to the cams. Everything's been dry for a long time. The last thing you want to do is dry fire something after it's been sitting for a long time. That's where you get scores and scars on bearing surfaces, and bad things happen after that. We're going to undo the strap, put the kickstand back on it, pull the cherry picker back, pick the back end up because we're going to be removing the rear wheel in the future, not in this video. My ADHD just went crazy and said, yep, we're going to pick it up. We're trying to start the bike. I don't know why I'm trying to pick the back of the bike up. I think I was thinking I'm going to pull the axle and do the cush drive and the brakes and everything. But I'm trying to stay on task and do the whole will it start thing. We don't need to be pulling the back wheel off and having an ADHD moment while we're trying to do a will it start video. Staying on task. Yes, not a skill I possess. I bounce around like a rubber bounce ball in a rubber room. That is the cush drive. See, yep, we're getting ready. Just crack that package open. Use a wrench. Don't even use a knife. We're using a freaking opening wrench to pop the box open. Rip the box open. Screw it. Who cares? Get the cush drive out. Rubber bumpers, sprocket, everything, all one piece. Goes on the other side. Put chain on it. Be done. Yay, he has drive. All wrapped up pretty from over across the pond. All this stuff comes from Europe. It is a Triumph after all, and most of the parts are in Europe. Rear brake assembly. ADHD moment again. What are we doing? Completely going the wrong direction. There's the chain. Yeah, I'm completely setting up to take that back wheel off, which is not what we're doing in this video. Welcome to my life. Yep. Oh, okay, we're back. Back on track. Yep, there we go. Squirt, 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 spray, spray, spray. Gave her some Rumazumas. Did we remember the screwdriver? We remembered the screwdriver. Sparky. Bunch of Sparky. Yeah, we're trying to weld in there. Don't just ignore that part. Just doing a little welding while we're trying to get a bike to start. Yep, wondrous. Some more squirts. This is a brand new battery, and we do end up killing this battery, put it back on the charge so we can do it all over again on another day. But yep, when the battery dies, the video ends. Pretty much that simple, but we do have some decently good news at the end of the video. Lots of cranking over. Starter works good. Continuously just trying to get this thing to pop and do something. And it does, eventually. And it's trying to start. I mean, it's got little coughs and pops. So, I mean, I'm going for a vroom. Something that sounds a little bit more promising than a cough and a fart. You get a positive engagement on ignition and firing and running. Then we can move on to, okay, let's button this thing up and try and get it to fire under its own power. Oh yeah, we don't have a key for the gas tank. You familiar with sport bikes? You can't get the gas tank cap off without the key. So, I think to put fuel in this thing, we're going to end up pulling the sending unit off out the bottom, filling it with the tank upside down, putting the sending unit and everything back in, and then putting it all back together. So we got gas in the tank so that we can feed the lines. Hopefully it doesn't all dump out. It'll be interesting to see. It will be on video. So, yeah. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss this stuff. We do goofy stuff around here. Sometimes it's ride videos. Sometimes it's how-tos. And other times it's diagnosing, fixing, repairing, wonkiness that goes on in the shop. The chaos that is my life. Yep, if you know me, you know that I am quite chaotic. And that's just how we do things around here. There's not a whole lot of else to do around but be chaotic. It's a lot of fun. There is wiring down here. The charge wires need to be buttoned back up because they were pulled apart. So that's another little thing that needs to be addressed. I did actually turn around and put connectors on it and connected the wires back up. They were spliced in like 4 places. So eventually, once we get the bike running, we will go back and take all those splices out, make the wiring harness all nice and pretty, and get rid of all the butchery that's in there because this thing has been hacked, chopped, butchered, buttoned together, bubble gum, duct tape, and zip ties. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.